You are listening to Larry Conners, USA.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
This is Larry Conners USA. Larry Conners USA.
One of the Democrats through the years that you spoke with about infrastructure the most was Andrew Cuomo, who is resigning, who announced he's resigning today. You had traveled New York with him when you were vice president to the launch of the reconstruction of LaGuardia. He was someone who supported your campaign early on. No, you called on him to resign. No, you condemned the alleged behavior. But you're someone who spends a lot of time with mayors and governors. How would you assess his 10 and a half years as governor of the state?
In terms of his personal behavior or what he's done as a governor?
What he's done as a governor.
I thought he's done a hell of a job. And, both on everything from access to voting to infrastructure, the whole range of things. That's why it's so sad.
It's so sad. Those are the words of President Biden yesterday as he got questioned while he was trying to push his infrastructure package as being a great success. Andrew Cuomo stole his headlines. That reporter from CBS decided while we're having this new little news conference, instead of asking about your infrastructure bill, what do you think about Cuomo? Well, of course, you also get him out saying, about what he's done politically for the state, and that gave reason and cause for Biden to praise him. But another question came later. I'll get to that throughout the next 2 hours. But two things are in play here. One, Biden and Cuomo were like this. And Biden and Cuomo right now, they may still be like this, but then again, they don't want you to look at it. It should be something like this or more. But that would have to assume that Cuomo's political future is actually over. Is it? We'll be examining that as well as we move forward. The other thing that stands here is that we have Biden, of course, using this news conference yesterday to do everything he can to talk about what a great infrastructure package they've come together on. And, of course, now let's move forward for the next $3.5 trillion type project that will be everything Green Deal. And already inside the infrastructure package, which got 19 Republican senators to sign on, including Senator Roy Blunt, who's up for re-election, or I should say that I'm not sure where he stands right now. There's been some wavering on that. But aside from that, 19 Republicans signing on, but some are having some second thoughts, saying that actually once we start looking at this, it's not what we were told it would be. Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana made that point yesterday. Well, of course, today we have more reaction to Cuomo resigning. And our guest, John LeBoutier, former New York congressman, a Reaganite, and he has some very definitive views on New York Cuomo, and I'd like to hear what he has to say about now him leaving and his political future. And how NBC is hiding a YouTube story filled with all kinds of praises for Cuomo. Yeah, they apparently just taken it right off YouTube, although it's still available on their official site as I speak, but could be gone within a matter of seconds. Keep in mind, Cuomo has always been a media darling. All the New Yorkers, if you're in New York, if you're the king of New York, everybody loves you. And Hollywood, of course, to be in New York with the governor, Cuomo. And you've even got Cuomo-sexuals. That's how they describe themselves. Women and men who say, I'm just in love with Cuomo. Either with the guy and his charisma or his looks, or maybe both. But now NBC kind of wants to hide a lot of that praise. We'll get into that story. In the meantime, YouTube suspending Senator Rand Paul. They didn't like an 8-minute clip discussing Dr. Fauci, as I would say Dr. Fake, and the Wuhan lab. So YouTube pulled him down. And the public still has a lot of confusion right now going on. I mean, should we get a vaccine, not get a vaccine? If we get a vaccine, are we still going to have to wear a mask? Are we going to need even more masks? Are we going to need a booster shot? There's every reason for us to be confused. And you know where it starts? In the White House. If Trump were still in the White House, that left-stream, state-controlled media would be yelling every day, it's Trump's fault. People aren't getting the vaccine and they're confused. We know better, don't we? A lot to cover the next 2 hours. Lock and load. Ready on the right.
You can email Larry at LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com. LarryConnersUSA@gmail.com.